Oh, it's already live. Guess I got to get it at eye level here too. So it's my first time on this stream by myself on live, y'all. And basically, I'm just going to go over how to analyze deals. To be honest, the best deals are off market. So you'll hear me talk about off market leads. Welcome to the chat, Dad Dabin, or welcome to the chat. You're a father. Happy Father's Day to you as well. I am also a father, so we appreciate the work you're doing. And everybody that's a father in this chat appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep showing up. That's all it is. You don't have to be perfect. Trying to see if this live, could you all see me here? Okay, see all those grays here? That's what happens sometimes. All right, so when you have to get off market properties, that's the key behind it all. That's when you're able to structure deals. That's when you're able to get stuff at a discount. That's when you're able to be able to create opportunities. That's when opportunities can happen. All right. When you're on the market, you can create opportunities too, but you're not going to get it at a deep discount unless you're watching the trends, and it's not as easy as a lot of people may make it seem. Okay. So I want to definitely keep on track here. So off market leads the best. All right. I'm going to, just for the sake of time, I'm going to go on a few sites. We're going to go on Zillow and basically take a look at, how you would look at deals if they're worth it or not. All right. And we're also going to go on Investor Lift. So Investor Lift is where a lot of investors post their wholesale properties and they get deals done. I'm giving you the game. I don't care. Let's go. All right. So if you like what you just heard and you never looked at it before, you definitely want to hit that button. I'm going to be here as long as possible. Like I said, this is my first time doing this one. And it's a little late over here in Florida. We're at 10:35. But we're going to stay on. We want to keep going. So off-market leads, what are they? So off-market leads are stuff that people don't know exists, right? So somebody could be walking by you and say, hey, listen, I have a property for sale, and they don't have it listed on the market. So that means that it's off market, right? And you can buy those deals or you can wholesale those deals, and they never reach the market. That's where investors like me really thrive, is we look for opportunities where people don't see them, okay? Have any of you heard of off market before? If you haven't heard of off market yet, you're in the right spot. Okay. So if you're looking to learn about real estate, you're in the right spot. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Don. Welcome, Ken. All right. Share the live. If you're interested in learning real estate, share the live with other people. We're going to definitely dive right in. And probably I'm going to have to just switch my screen around and show you exactly what we're doing here. Okay, let me see here. So let's see here. I'm going to go on YouTube right now. And if you're not on YouTube with the Real Estate Deal Lab, definitely log into that as well. Because sometimes this one freezes for some reason. Okay. So yeah, off-market leads, off-market deals. All right. They're definitely out there, and they will always be out there because there's always somebody selling a property that needs it fast cash. There's always somebody passing away. There's always somebody inheriting something they don't want or they haven't even visited to. There's always somebody going through foreclosure. There's always somebody just wants to liquidate. All right. So there's always, always, always going to be off market deals. Usually, experienced investors, we make relationships. So that's another one that you have to do. Make relationships with people. Okay. So make relationships with people. And that's how you're able to speak to people, learn what they truly want, or learn when they have deals coming. Okay. So speak to people. No man is an island. That's what my dad taught me years ago. No man is an island. So don't be an island when you're doing this business, or whether you're learning it or whether you're trying to grow. Okay. Prayer BB, welcome to the chat. Grateful Plum, welcome to the chat. Miss 18 Wheeler. Okay, I see you. Troy Chamberlain, G Money, and Meek Meek. Welcome to the chat. We're also on YouTube Live. And I'm going to share my screen on YouTube real quick. I got to get a handle of this thing, so we're working it out. Let's see here. All right, so perfect. Yeah. All right. Oh, what is this? Okay, I can't do that. All right, so I'm sharing on the live. We're going straight through a deal here. Let me see how to do this real quick. Thank you for bearing with me, I promise. All right, let's see here. We're going to turn the camera around so we can see what we're doing here. We're going to be so flipping camera. Okay. So there it is. It's not glorious, but there it is. So we're going to go straight through here. And this, again, I told you this is a site where a lot of investors throw their properties. Let me see if my sign-in still works. Okay, it still works. Or maybe it doesn't. But we're going to look through these properties here. Okay, so this is pretty cheap, but we want to know what if this is valuable. So whether you're renting it, whether you're fixing and flipping, whether you're trying to wholesale, you want to know if this is a good deal or not. Okay, right now we're seeing pretty decent deals. Okay, but let's dive a little deeper. Okay, let's dive a little deeper. And this is right in my area, so let's see right now. Well, basically, you're asking me all these questions. I'm not in my regular profile, but let's say Florida. We'll just put Florida. Oh, they want to send me stuff? Okay, whatever. Let's do it. Okay. I always find it's funny that everything is verification, even if you haven't been on here long. But either way, we're gonna do it real quick. 601. All right. All right. So either way, we're gonna look at this property. I guess it takes a little while, but we're looking for details. All right, they're selling this as a signable contract. Can this work? 169. They said it's worth 260. We need to really know how much repairs is involved. All right, so when you look at a property like this, okay, we're looking, maybe it needs a new roof, maybe not. We have to see more pictures. They're not giving us too much of anything. However, if it rents for $1,800, and let's go to our little deal breakdown. Actually, let's go to deal analyzer. So if we're buying it at 169, we want to make sure it's a deal. So 169, that's what they said, 169,000. The ARV is 260. Okay. Clearly it probably would be worth a little bit more in rehab costs. So let's say the average rehab cost right now is about $60,000. Okay. I love this calculator because it's really telling us a lot quite quickly. So it may seem like a cheap property, but when you say, okay, well, I have to put $60,000 worth of stuff in there, you just do the regular math, it's not going to be good. However, if you're a wholesaler and you got this at 169, you might be able to sell it right off the bat. Okay. All right. So you want to always make sure you have one of these calculators. Now let's go to rent. So you bought it at 169, 169,000. They already said it rents for 1,800. So I mean, it's not a bad deal. Okay, it's a marginal deal. It's okay. I mean, after all the expenses are paid, and these are just averages. Okay, sometimes they're a lot more. Sorry, folks. I am so sorry. I just literally don't know what happened to that camera, but we were just going over the deal. And let's see right here. We have $169,000 property. Let's go back here. That's what they said they want for it. 169,000. Right? ARV. So that's the after repair value. That's what houses are selling for. Okay. So after all of the repairs, right, that's how much it's selling for. Okay. This is a wholesaler trying to get this property sold. It says it can be rented right away with a very light rehab or remodel. Rents in the area are consistent cash flow of 1,800. I don't not doubt that it is that price. However, okay, you don't know unless you know the area. Okay, so let's go over here. If you're selling it to, say, for instance, you're buying it for yourself, you need to go and take this, go to rent data, and I don't care. We're giving the game. Okay, we're giving the game. You need to go and look to see rent data. Average rents for 32908. Right. So it says average rents is $2,000. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. Okay, they're pretty close, right? Also, you want to look at the market temperature. Whether you're wholesaling it to somebody else or whatever, you need to know about this. You need to know about the market temperature. So hopefully, you're able to see that here. I don't know if you guys are able to see it. So sorry, folks. I moved from one screen to another. Let's go to the other one. Let's see here. Sharing screen again. We're going to rent data. Okay, so rent data. So basically, I put the zip code in. We find that the average rent is $2,000. So that might be good. Right. So you got to think about multiple different strategies when doing this game. Okay. Whether you're wholesaling it, I can't stress it enough. Whether you're wholesaling it, you have to think like a investor. And if you're an investor, you need to think like an investor. You need to know that you're actually going to be making money. A lot of times people get a chunk of cash and they want to dump it into real estate, but they don't really look at the numbers. They're like, I have 169,000. I want to dump it into something. All right, well, let's look at the math a little bit. Let's make sure it's a good deal. What if you could get 2 properties for that same price? Right? I've definitely gotten properties where it's way less than that. Okay. So you might be able to get 2 for the price of 1. So going back to rent data, right? So the market is warm. So that means possibly that you're going to have to, make sure there's good amenities there, make sure there's, the place looks nice in order for it to sell fast or rent fast, basically. Okay. But as you can see, this is giving you a bunch of data, and Zillow is doing a really good job at giving you all the data as to what is being rented. So regardless, you have to take a look at that number. Now, let's try to look for 3 beds, 2 bath sold. Right? So a lot of people say, oh, this is what it's worth. Well, let's just make sure it is what it's worth. Okay? All right, now we have to go to Zillow again. And I hope you guys are seeing this. If you're seeing this, please put some love on this thing. If you're hearing anything, I want you to put some likes on it, because I'm doing it for the people. I want you all to win at this thing. And also, if you have a deal, I want you to be able to send it our way, and let's go over it and make sure it's the right one. Okay. So let's go back to here. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bath house. All right. So we see that this one sold for $219. So I'm always looking at the numbers of what actually sold. That's what we do. All right. This sold. Is it comparable? It is a wood frame, pretty decent done. I mean, look like AI staged the hell out of it, but not bad. Okay. However, the other one we talked about, has a 2-car garage. So always keep that in mind. It's not a true comp, but it's pretty close. Okay. And again, a lot of houses are selling for 360s, 322s. Those are all new construction, not to be confused. Now, here's one that is almost identical to the one that we just saw. Okay. So all I'm doing is thumbing through it. Okay. The numbers are not bad as far as it looking. I mean, they didn't give that much pictures of nothing, right? But at least the wholesaler is correct with his numbers. Okay. Houses are selling. Okay. So, all right. So going back to so I would say that's a deal. Okay, that's a deal for a rental. I don't care about recommendations. That's a deal, and again, you have to do your own numbers. Okay, maybe that's what they were asking me about. I don't want to be banned by telling you anything financial. I'm not telling you anything financial. Okay. But you definitely want to know how to analyze those deals. And we didn't do it in that much time. We're just looking it over, and this is a decent deal. Now, it would be great if we see the pictures inside the house. And that's why you do need a mentor or a team around you to take a look, go to these properties and make a look. As I looked here, okay. Oh man, they're just asking everything. Oh, all right, maybe. Right, they're asking for too much. I don't want to do anything. Okay, so if you look real carefully, this is wood, right? So you got to always make sure there's termite inspections, all of that. You see that there's the AC here. I don't know. It doesn't look that old, or it doesn't look that new either. Oh, wait a minute. And I could probably find this house, but I'm not gonna work on it too much. We're just going to take a look right here. Maybe the roof needs to be replaced, but maybe not. Um, Again, there's a lot of junk in here, so you could only imagine what's going on in the inside. Okay. But still, again, not a bad deal. If you have the right team around you, you can make money in this. Okay. All right. So let's stop sharing that one. Let's go back here. So I believe personally that there's always an opportunity. Now, these are good, just a little benchmark. You might be able to make a few dollars off of it, but I can't stress it enough. It's better to find your own deals because sometimes you can find them for half the price. When this is on there, most of the times you can't wholesale it, or it might have, and even if you're buying it, you might be able to get a deal, but it's always good to get a deal. All right. So I'm just looking for, other properties here that we can. I don't see no I like. Anybody has any questions, you definitely can drop some questions in the chat. I am open to questions. Um, that's what I'm here for. Okay. Let's go back to this right here. San Antonio, Texas. Let's see. Let's check Houston. Let's see what Houston is looking like. Yeah, Houston is a very hot market right now. Texas in general, there's a lot of opportunities there. I've done one or two properties there. Ooh, this looks pretty good. Okay, let's see something. So again, you want to look. You want to grab this, and just remember it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. You want to grab that, the zip code, and you want to go to Zillow real fast. So just to confirm, the that property is that last property can be a deal if you know what's inside. As a rental, it's definitely a deal. Okay, that's just to be perfectly clear with you. Let's see here. We're gonna make sure that the beds, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, apply. And we're not confusing with this new construction stuff. That's a really nice price on the new construction. Oh, that's not even there, is it? Oh, Huntsville, Texas. That's not the same. You're looking, and now a lot of states are really not disclosing stuff. So annoying. But there's always a way to find it, trust me. And if you want us to find one for you, I'll always find one for you. The numbers are always hidden, but you can find them. And Texas is definitely look like they're heavily on that. Let's see here. Again, this is not comp to this one, but I want to see if they slip up and tell you. Yeah, no. However, let's see. Again, just looking at some deals here. So it seems like the average, let's see what they say over here. All these pop-ups. All right, Houston, it's not going to be friendly. Texas, what's up with y'all? Y'all not friendly with the prices. We don't know nothing. Let's go to another state. Which state you guys want me to do? I'm open to suggestions. And again, we're just analyzing, we're just moving through properties and seeing what's a deal or what's not. Okay. Let's see here. Let's look for a fun house. So not a bad site to go take a look. Gives you a little idea of what houses can be sold for. This is interesting. And usually when you see the 58 and all that, let's go read the description so nobody gets suckered into it. Let's see what they're actually saying. Okay. Read the descriptions. Okay, this one gave us, which is good. All right, so this is just an entry fee. So I know you saw some of those small numbers. You're like, oh my God, I can get it. Yes, you can get houses cheap like that, but for these sites, it's just an entry fee. So that means this is a subject to kind of deal. All right, so I just wanted to make sure we clarified that. So we're going back. Let me make sure that you all are still seeing it. Cool. All right, so let's go to reality. This looks okay. Again, this is just to analyze the deal, see what's what. I mean, it looks pretty inside, but remember, a lot of this stuff is staged. So please, 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 whether you're buying it or you're wholesaling, whatever, make sure you have somebody go through and walk through it for you. Okay, about a property. And again, it looked decent online, but then it needed a full gut rehab, and you don't want to be stuck with that. All right, so this one is giving you a little insight. It is a townhouse, so you got to be always careful of HOAs. See, HOA right here is $200 a month. All right, estimated rents is $1,500 to $1,700. I mean, we always use the 1% rule. So the 1% rule would be about this 159, 1,500, 990, whatever. It would be that, but you got to remember that you have to also take away this, and you also have to take away all of the other expenses. Okay, so always keep that in mind. So for this one, let's see what they're selling for. In fact, I would definitely stray away from HOAs. I've done my fair share of them, and they can be crazy as hell. So make sure you keep track of that. I don't even want to do that. Too much bad flashbacks. Not a good deal for me. Not a good deal for you either, unless you're living in it and you're actually okay with the HOA ruling and governing over some stuff in your life. Okay. Sometimes they don't want you to have tenants or residents, and they can really give you a lot of hell. All right. So I never rented in a HOA. I only bought, actually, I have two in a small HOA, but it's nothing, $90, and they don't bother me. but I have plenty others that were horrible. So make sure you look at everything. All right, so this one gave us a little bit. So they want 70,000 for it. It sounds amazing. However, anytime I see this, is wood frame, right? So you got to be careful of the wood frame stuff because it could have termites and a lot of wood rot. Okay, and I've done my fair share, and it could cost a lot of money. Okay, so then you look to the neighborhood. Okay, is the neighborhood as beat up as this house? Okay, all right, a lot of work. However, if you get it at the right price, who cares? All right, if it's at the right price, and I don't think 70,000 is the right price for this one. I'm thinking more 23 or 30,000. Okay, and let's go take a look. So we're gonna look to see if we find any similar house to this. Let's see if they see it. Okay, all right. So that's that. Let's end that one there. Let's end that one there. And let's go to Zillow and ask Zillow. Okay, so now we're looking, right? We're taking a quick peek. Y'all give me some love over here, okay? We're giving a quick peek to see what prices are going for, okay? 411, it's not bad. As you can see, they really well done this one, okay? Same thing with this, fully rehabbed. As you can see, I have a lot of screens growing. Okay, so let's pop back over here. And this one was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, okay? 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's a 1-story kind of deal. And the other ones, let's see what they are looking at. The other ones look like they are the 1-story. The ones is $195. This one is $499. Not the same bedrooms and baths, so those don't count. So this one is kind of close because it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, but it doesn't look the same or is not similar. So we're looking for stuff that's similar. And this is just rough comps. We do comps, very heavily. This is not the same kind of house. Same as this one. However, the zip code, let's see if the zip code is the same. I believe it is. No. Yep, it is. Okay. Again, they're very low prices. And for it to be 70, I don't think it's a deal at all. Okay. This one sold for 65. It's an extra bedroom. This looks like it could have been an extra bedroom that they could add. And so it looks like the other one is definitely overpriced. Okay, just to be honest with you. And there's nothing else that even looks close to it. So like I said, you want to get those, very cheap. Now look, this one right here looks like it must have been one of those houses, to be honest with you. Yeah, could have been the house. All right, let's go back. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm open for all discussions on this thing because I love it. All right. So we just analyzed some deals. Let's see here. Let's go back. Now, without doing all of that, you can really start with saying, let's go and look for another property. Let's look for another property. Let's say Miami. See if they have anything in Miami. So this one is saying Cape Coral. Let's try that one, see what happens. Okay, so, it has a pool. Very nice. Pools are also very expensive, so be careful. Okay. I mean, this looks nice, though. Has a little granite. And floors are all tiled, it looks like. There's older furniture. Okay. So, let's... so you buy it at $479. Let's say $480. And the ARV is $750. Now, all of those numbers look and sounds amazing, but you have to look at the details. So 2-year-old roof, 5-year-old AC. So roof is good. The AC probably needs to be, it already says it, needs to be replaced. All right, so let's go. We're going to do 2 quick strategies, all right, to figure this out. We're going to say $479. Let's go to the deal analyzer. Make sure you guys have it up on your screen. All right, make sure you have it on your screen. Okay, so we're going to the deal analyzer, which you can find at therealestatedeallab.com. It's really good. It's free, and you could get all your stuff right on here. Okay, so we're going to end that one, and we have this address. So $479 is the purchase price. So we're going to stick the purchase price in here for a fix and flip. Let's see if it works. $479, and even if, let's say $480. And even if you're wholesaling, you need to know these numbers, okay? I can't stress that enough. The better the wholesaler is, the best he's going to be as an investor. He has to be one. All right, I started out wholesaling and then started investing. Okay, so this one's saying it's a strong deal. Woo! That's a deal. I love when it says that, right? But you got to remember there's repair costs. You remember I put $60,000 in repair costs, all right? So we have that. It's saying it's a strong deal, all right? So let's go back. Okay. Let's go back to this. All right, so we're going back here because we see that the zip code is here, Cape Coral, Florida. And we're just going to do a rough estimate. So they're saying that Cape Coral, Florida, this 3.2 is worth $750. Okay. But we just need to know if it makes sense, if it's for real. All right, so we're going to pop this in here. Zip code, Zillow. And let me just make sure for this one. Zillow homes sold. All right, so we just do that. And we're going to just see. So it's all over the place. Okay, you see that? 3,000 different properties. So let's go down the block. This one sold for $484. All right, so they said that this one 725. Let's see where it's at.
As many videos, 7'5" and making the video. Free cases you can find. But for the average person like us, who don't have these exceptional personalities and backgrounds in filmmaking, just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 100.
Clearly, I was Mr. Beast. All right, so can you guys hear me on that? Let's see here. So we're going to, let's see here. Okay. So let's go down the 725 house. 25,000. We're going to hit the button. So what we'd do is we would take this address and we would learn if the address of this one was basically point less than a mile away. Okay, that's what I like to do. I always like to look to make sure that it's less than a mile away. And similar square footage, which this one I don't believe is. But let's take a look. 3 bedroom, yeah. So this one is definitely a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 1,700 square feet. This one is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,253 square feet. And this one has a pool. Let's see if the other one has a pool. So this is how we go back and forth. Obviously, there's other tools that we could use that will make this quite quicker. All right. But I want you to get the hang of this thing. All right. I believe that this makes it perfect. So, and no one's making a mistake. You don't want to make a mistake. You didn't buy it. Here. Doesn't look like it has a pool. It's a little house. It does have a pool. Yes, it does. All right. So it does have a pool. All right. So back to this one. This one sold for $725. So what we do is we look at the age of the house. We look at the roof. We look at all of these things in order to analyze a house. So that's a more specialized thing that I would share with you. But it doesn't look like a terrible deal, this other one that we're looking at. Okay. But we just need to make sure that this is right, because this one sold for in the 700s. We got to make sure that the other one is close to that. Let's see for giggles. Let's see here. I don't think it's in the same neighborhood at all, but we can say that there is some value. So what you would do is take this address and plug it in and see what's sold next to it. Okay, that's the key. See what's sold next to it. Then I'll give you a good idea of, is it a good deal or not? Okay. Now, obviously, you need more help. You definitely need to reach out to the Real Estate Deal Lab. I mean, again, I am super, super excited of using this tool that has made it so quick in order for me to analyze any of the deals in seconds, like literally like seconds. So definitely we could run through deals like that all day long. Yeah. So stay tuned for some more. Definitely excited about doing this, these type of lives. Analyze a deal or not, no deal. So far, we have one solid good deal. One. And the other one was a little shaky depending on how you do it. And you had to be inside to take a look. AC looked a little older. Roof looked a little older. Could it rent? It can rent. And that was the one that we saw that was in Brevard County. So we analyze deals, make sure you have multiple different strategies in order to make the right decision. Or if you're wholesaling, you need to know the multiple strategies in order to wholesale better. Because some things that you sell to an end buyer might be good for a rental investor. Sometimes you sell to a fix and flipper. All right. So a fix and flipper is definitely going to take less, less risk because they're just fixing and flipping, turning, burning. Buy and hold person might take a little bit more, close to a larger price. So say, for instance, you saw that 475 home, 479 home. They would probably need it, again, 65 to 75% of the ARV. So at the end of the day, and if they really want to do it right, they're probably going to get it for way cheaper. Right? That's why, you have to be in the game to do it. So let's say if we're doing that math based on that $725,000 house, I think the price, let's go back to what the price was, what they were selling it for, $479. You'd be out because 65, I like 65% of the ARV minus the repairs. So that means the repairs better not have no bad roof, better not have bad plumbing, because all that is a cost that adds up. Okay. So make sure. And so 65% of 725 is 471,250, right? That's where we would say, okay, well, a fix and flipper might need to get a little bit cheaper than that. All right. However, still a solid deal. Okay. Right. You heard it first. Still a solid deal. 85 projected profit is 133,000. Obviously, we're going to, if we were, I always put $60,000 worth of rehab, but if we say 40,000 rehab, you slam dunk. Okay. Slam dunk. All right. So if you're doing the rehabs yourself, slam dunk. The Knicks. All right. That's how good that is, right? Definitely I'm Brooklyn. So at the end of the day, we're happy about the Knicks winning. And we're happy about you winning. So definitely, just if you have any deals, jump on that calculator, whether you're fixing, flipping, or buying and renting. Very good calculator to use. All right. So no matter what you do, you can get into real estate investing. You just need to have the right team around you, run good deals all the time. Wrote a book of it. I love it so much. And I love to share the game. So again, definitely want to join the Real Estate Deal Lab. And I'll see you at the closing table. So I'll drop the, let me drop the deal analyzer in the comments here. So if you find this, you can be able to utilize it as well. All right. So hope that helps. And this is our 50 minutes of analyzing deals. We hope to see you again soon.